Blade Runner, the movie, based on Philip K. Dick's novel Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, was released in 1982 and has become a cult classic ever since. Looking at this opening sequence with music from Van Halen, Vangelis, came an antidote to a lot of the more chirpy, clean-cut, less dystopian sci-fi movies of the epoch. With dramatic scenes like these, a video game seemed inevitable, and with its action elements and dark feel, should have spawned an absolute classic on the humble Commodore 64. But did it? Nope. Let's check out why. Well, the first thing I did was boot up Blade Runner by Wizard Soft, released in 1982. Yeah, the same year as the movie. And, what on earth is this poppycock? At first I figured it was a kind of Pac-Man clone. Then I realised it's one of those Paint the Square games, an old arcade classic and done well by A&F Software, who released the game Painter. That's all well and good, but it's not even a good version of that. I don't know, the controls are just off, and the ghosts, they don't hunt you down, they just happen to be there. And if you bump into them, then tough noogie. And really, that's all I have to say about the gameplay on this one. I mean, call me pedantic, but when in the movie did Deckard, an alpha male badass android hunter, end up in a maze, disguise himself as a gherkin, and then go on a mission with a tin of blue paint, avoiding, oh man, I don't know what to say. I'd call them Pac-Man ghosts or potato heads? I'm sorry, I can't rate this one at all. I mean, gherkins, potato heads, blue pots of paint. A Blade Runner video game, these things do not create. Well, luckily it turns out I had the wrong game after all. It turns out there was another version. Released by CRL Group plc in 1985, the first thing we notice is the game's premise itself, which touts to be a video game interpretation of the Vangelis score. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never before or since ever heard of a game based on an interpretation of a soundtrack before. That's some dodgy bullshit right there. In fact, on top of this, I've never heard of the software company either. CRL Group plc. Who in the world are they, and what does CRL actually stand for? Crappy releases by lamers? I don't know. Anyways, we fire the game up, and okay, the title screen isn't too shabby. The logo is close enough as an 8-bit rendition, and the music not too bad. Although, to be honest, nothing compared to a lot of other C64 games I can mention. Listen to these classics, for example. So once past the best adequate title screen, I mean, it's not bad but hardly evocative of the movie itself. Anyways, we get this. What in the name of all bits holy and 8 bits is this? It looks like an Intellivision game. You know those maze games that we were subjected to in the 80s? Anyways, the first thing is, what is this? Who am I? Is this the map screen? Where's the Blade Runner? Where's the Replicants? I mean, I don't want to be pedantic, but aren't those the most significant characters in the film? So it turns out this is you. Yep, that's Square, and you can move around, albeit jerkily, around the map. So I randomly do that, and there are 1 or 2 messages now and again that pop up on screen, and I try to figure out A, what am I supposed to do, and B, what scene in the movie is this? I don't recall Deckard, who lives in the 21st century, having to get a map out to find his way around the city. So after navigating the map for a bit, you hit upon one of these blocks, which just happen to represent a replicant that you need to hunt down. Excellent, finally some action, right? This is where the game really begins. Now for some juicy replicant hunting and gun blasting. Okay, so now I guess we're landing our vehicle. Spaceship, car, I don't know. I mean, it flies, so it's not a car, but then it drives and looks like a car. Oh well, never mind. And anyway, we're in some random street with, well, I guess that blob of pixels is you, and we have to find a replicant to kill. Now, I don't want to be funny, but does this blob really look like Harrison Ford from the movie? For a start, he's wearing a white dress, and where's his handsome head of hair? He's bold as a coot. They made him bold, and I don't know about you, but he doesn't look like a badass super replicant hunting cop to me. So anyways, at first I just kept kind of running and bumping into people until, aha, so there's a radar down there. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. So it turns out that the cyan blob on the left is you, and the green blob is the Replicant. Yeah, they changed the name, go figure. And this is the one that you have to hunt down. But wait, let's rewind a bit. What's with the music box that plays when you land the car/ship thingy? I don't remember that scene in any of those, do you? And while we're at it, what's with the people's heads? Are they wearing cardboard boxes on their heads? And if so, why? Again, what relevance does any of this have to anything? Anyway, so we kill the replicant, or Replicant as it's now called, and go back to the map screen and wait, is that it? Is that all we do in this game? Well, it turns out pretty much yeah. So move the blob around the map, find another blob, listen to the music box, run along the screen and shoot the Replicant. Wash, rinse and repeat, after puking of course. I was intrigued though, maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe these levels are poor but the game gets better as new areas and levels open up. Nope. This is it. This is the entire game. No more levels and, well actually there's no ending. It literally goes on ad nauseum. And nauseum definitely describes this poppycock. I am amazed I am saying this, but I'd actually rather play the Wizard Soft version than this one, and that's really saying something. So I guess that's it. There were no good Blade Runner games, at least for the Commodore 64. I was however intrigued to find out what some of the reviews said back in the day, and although most of them were bad and therefore honest, there was one in this German magazine which, although I have no idea exactly what it says, I think we can understand the ratings here. Let's have a quick look. Graphics, 9 out of 10. Okay. Sound, 10 out of a possible 10. Well, to be fair, some people do like the music, but personally I can list 1,000 million other better tunes on the Commodore 64. But okay, we'll go with it. Spiele die game? I don't know, even Google couldn't translate that one, but it gives it 6 out of 10, so I'll take their word for it on that one. Finally, Spiel motivation, I'm guessing is gameplay, 8 out of 10. That's right, gameplay 8 out of 10. Well, I guess it's a game of sorts, and technically you play it, but yeah, you know what? I'm going back to Wizard Soft's version, straight after blowing my nuts off. Retromarky out.